We had a lot of fun in Africa, didn't we?
Oh yeah, it was real fun. Oh, hey, today we're covering Monster from Green Hell.
Oh, that has nothing to do with what we were just talking about.
Two scientists, Dan Morgan and Dr. Quint Brady, are experimenting in hopes of learning what happens to animals in space. Rockets containing a monkey, spider crab, guinea pig, and wasps are launched into space. One of the rockets veers off course and they lose track of it, and using a computer they determine it will likely land off the coast of Africa.
In the African village of Mangwe, a man is found dead, and his brother Orobi tells the local physician, Dr. Lawrence, that the man ventured into a valley known by the locals as Green Hell. Orobi admits that he didn't see what happened to his brother, but the other men keep quiet.
They know something we don't they?
Really? I hadn't noticed.
After examining the body, Lawrence determines that he died of a large dose of venom. He also determines the poison couldn't have come from a snake. Orobi mentions that other men claim to have seen monsters, but Lawrence dismisses it as superstition. Orobi then tells Lawrence that now even animals have been avoiding Green Hell, and Lawrence realizes something is in Green Hell. Turns out a giant wasp is in Green Hell.
Wasps, the most dangerous and feared insects. They look like flying tanks of destruction.
Yeah, but they're pretty small normally.
Don't care.
Morgan and Bradley learn about the claims of the monsters in Africa. Bradley is concerned the wasps he sent into space weeks earlier may be the culprit. Bradley shows Morgan animals that have been sent up and come back with mutations, including a spider crab that's larger than its parents. Bradley and Morgan decide to travel to Africa to investigate. They meet with a representative of Libreville who tells them the location of Green Hell, advises them to stop at Mangwe to get aid from Dr. Lawrence.
Outside of Mangwe, Dr. Lawrence and several villagers search the jungle. Orobi informs the doctor that the noise they're hearing is the same one he heard the day his brother was killed, an elephant stampede nearby. As they approach Green Hell, the villagers decide to abandon Lawrence and Orobi and return to the village, only to be attacked by the giant wasp. Having heard their screams, Lawrence and Orobi arrive too late, as the wasp and the men have disappeared.
Lawrence points out a dormant volcano as they draw closer to the source of the sound they've been following. Orobi attempts to talk him out of it and returns to the village, but Lawrence chooses to venture further to learn the truth.
Truth? You can't handle the truth!
Over a week after their arrival, Brady and Morgan have not left for Mangwe yet, much to Brady's irritation. Morgan questions why they have grenades, but Brady ensures that it's better to have them should they need them. Morgan still thinks that the mutant wasps might not be as big as the stories claim, but understands Brady's concern. Soon after, the safari finally gets underway, with the journey to Mangwe expected to be about a month.
I get that travel back in the day wasn't as fast as it is normally, but the film kind of lacks a sense of urgency when you're literally telling us that it's taking weeks for anything to actually happen in this movie. That's one thing I don't like about this movie.
Just one thing?
About 2 weeks into the safari, the group hears the sound of drums, which their guide Mari claims are war drums. The group is attacked by hostile natives, forcing them to run for their lives, setting fire in their wake to slow down their attackers enough to get away.
Attack them more, please.
Due to the change in course, the group run low on drinking water. They come upon a watering hole, but Mari notices the nearby vultures and warns everyone not to drink until he returns. One of the workers sneaks a drink, and Mari returns, telling them of a lion dead of poisoning. The disobedient worker dies soon after.
The journey continues, but they soon run out of water just as a thunderstorm begins, pelting them with rain. Morgan tells them to not turn it off. Unfortunately, it rains for days, and afterwards halting their progress. Bradley tells Mari that regardless of the weather, they will push forward through the journey. During the trek, Bradley is injured by a falling log, but he just brushes it off.
Eventually it does stop raining, but Brady ends up succumbing to his injury and collapses.
When are they gonna get to the fireworks factory?
Brady later wakes up in the clinic in Mongwei, meeting Dr. Lawrence's daughter, Lorna. Morgan reveals that Dr. Lawrence hasn't returned from the jungle since, well, I guess the last time we saw him.
Sometime after recovering from his fatigue, Orobi returns and informs Lorna that her father has been killed by a giant wasp. Orobi hands Morgan a spike that Lawrence had in his shoulder. Bradley studies the stinger and learns that it is indeed a giant wasp.
We already know there's giant wasps. We've seen them already.
Well, considering how long it took these guys to actually get to the plot, I'm not surprised that they're still behind.
True.
Another safari to Green Hell is prepared. For all the good science can do, Lorna is upset that it won't bring her father back. Orobi tells her that if nothing is done about the creatures, it could threaten more than just the region of Green Hell. Mari informs Brady and Morgan that their workers have fled after speaking with the locals. Lorna informs Brady that men from the village have agreed to help them and that she wants to join the party.
A monkey almost kills Orobi with a coconut, but everyone just laughs it off. Orobi leads the way where he and Dr. Lawrence were exploring, and they come upon a village of the dead. The villagers that helped them get this far immediately abandon the party, forcing Bradley and the others to continue unaided.
Don't split up! There's strength in numbers, you fools!
They come upon the tracks of the giant wasp and spot the now active volcano nearby. That night they set up camp and Brady tells the group how quickly wasps reproduce, implying that there's more than one giant wasp. He drives home how important it is that they stop the wasps before they become an even more dangerous threat.
He's right, but we really don't care.
As the team sleep, Bradley hears the wasps and wakes everyone up. Orobi confirms his suspicions. A large snake wraps itself around the giant wasp, but just pulls it off and kills the creature. Bradley realizes that they're surrounded by wasps, but they don't approach due to the fire. Bradley uses kerosene to intensify the fire.
The next morning, the team has survived thanks to the fire. Brady admits to himself his uncertainty over being able to kill the wasps. The party journeys to the base of the volcano, and hearing the sounds of the wasps, Brady spots the wasp's nest and point out the queen to Morgan.
Taking grenades, the men toss them into the nest and hoping to kill the wasp in one go. Unfortunately, it does little more than attract the attention of the wasp, which chases the party into a cave. Bradley tosses a grenade into a case full of grenades, collapsing the entrance of the cave.
Everyone survives the explosion and they choose to explore the cave in hopes of finding a way out. Finding the path splitting, the team splits up to explore it further, with Morgan and Mari finding an exit. Emerging from the cave, the party witness the eruption of the volcano, which results in the deaths of the wasps, and the film ends.
Well, that was anticlimactic.
There was a small bit at the end where the team says that nature corrects its own mistakes.
The giant wasps weren't even nature's fault.
And the villagers to have faith.
Faith that a random act of God will Deus Ex Machina the crap out of giant monsters?
The movie was long and slow crawl to get to the main focus.
And then just speeds through the rest of the plot without reaching a satisfying conclusion.
The idea of a kaiju film in the jungle is interesting. Just look at King Kong.
Unfortunately, this is a space-age sci-fi flick that feels more like a safari flick and not a giant monster movie.
It's long-winded, dull, and the only time I'd watch this movie again is if I needed help getting to sleep.
For a Kaiju review, I'm Protomet.
I'm Tank. Let's go somewhere else.
Let's go back to Africa. That was fun.
Yeah. Come on, Godzilla.